In my own opinion, if you do a 3-day fast, the power of a 3-day fast is enormous. Most of you don't know. The kind of fast that, what's her name? Esther. The dry fast that Esther did. How long was it? It shook the government and tilted things in her favor. Just 3 days dry fast. If you have a problem that is so difficult that you cannot solve, I recommend 3 days dry fast. And that's one of the easiest ways to move the hand of God. You must have a very good reason to go beyond 3 days. And the good reason is that God told you. If you are not directed by God, we have other modes of fasting that you can do, not dry. Exactly. Oh, you are not with me. I love you guys. I want us to live long together. You don't know how many people we have dealt with in this place that their situation was occasioned by unguided fasting. Fasting doesn't give you a miracle. Fasting doesn't change God. Fasting actually changes you. It's a facility by which you can yield, you can adjust, you can find alignment through the sensitivity that is in your spirit. So the recommendation is, if there's a serious challenge, the prescription is 3 days dry fasting. If you are, you see, if is very big, if you're overwhelmed with the presence of God, what the presence of God does, like Moses, he walked into the presence of God and forgot food. The presence of God can sustain your body without food. There's a dimension of the presence of God that can come upon you and you will not feel that you are not eating, you have not eaten food. You can use that dimension to do 7 days. Don't continue. If you are going to go beyond 7 days, begin to take water. I hope I'm making myself clear. So this young man now was praying dry for doing dry fasting for 21 days. And my God, what was that for? What are you looking for? Spiritual things are not sprints, they are marathon. It's a marathon race. It's something. Fasting is something that you will eventually do as a regular part of your life. And when we say we live a fasted life, there are some people that don't eat morning at all, they don't eat afternoon at all. Some don't eat morning at all, they only eat from afternoon, and that's what they do. And they don't call that one fast, they're just living. That's how they live, just to maintain some level of sensitivity, just to maintain some level of sensitivity. So you don't eat in the morning, and I don't count that as a fast. Then when I want to now count the one I count as a fast, I now take away the afternoon and then I eat in the evening. Because if I do 3 days dry, it doesn't have any effect on. The one that works for me is a long fast. Anything from 40, 100, 200. Eating once a day. I know my spirit. I know my makeup. I know what works for me. So I will not join you to do dry fast because I will not profit from it. There were times during most of these times when we do IEC conference, I forget to eat. But that one is the Holy Ghost that came upon me. And then I forget. If I remember, I can eat. But I know days that I forgot. The fast that works for me is 6 to 6 for 40 and above. That one works for me. It takes time for my spirit to rise. It takes time for me. So do the one that is suitable to you. You need to make a self-discovery of yourself, of your day. Don't try to be spiritual in the eyes of men. Just discover yourself. I used to do 3 days dry. Those days when I was in the university, 3 days dry, I don't get anything from it. Just as if I suffer myself and come out and there's nothing. But when I start 24, 25, 27, 28, 29, 40, so I fast long before God comes.